What's up, people? Thank you for the subscribers and the and the shares, the likes, the notifications. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you. I appreciate you. I just saw they were in here just a moment ago. I had a few little chickens. So some really beautiful and incredible things are happening, and this. Where do I start? All right. So I got here on this land about 7 years ago. And the holder of this place, he had raised the idea of holding a note. Never really imagined of owning anything because I don't know, it's just not something that I imagine doing. But cultivating this land is something that I feel very, very, very strongly about. And I started, and it's been incredible to be able to do the things that I've done here. I've had some interactions and communication with the neighbors of stories about how this place used to be, and it's just this vision that's come to me is so incredible. It's so beautiful, and as the whole thing started with this virus stuff that was going on, we started building. We started building this chicken coop, and it's incredible. This this place, it used to be farmers here, and there used to be a garden, 100 by 500 feet. They had cows, they had alpacas, they had sheep, they had goats, they had all sorts of chickens, this, that, and the third. It was really beautiful. So there's a stream that runs through this place, a natural spring. So there you go. There's a stream, boom, and then it fills up to this what is now more or less a swamp, but originally it was a pond. The landlord, he, as a kid, he would ice skate on this pond, and like all these beautiful memories. And there was a family that lived here, and they had everything cultivated. They had a Chinese restaurant. They served some Chinese food, and there was a whole family that lived here, and they had all these gardens. Everything was cultivated, and it was beautiful. And as you go through the woods, you see some of these amazing things that they've done. So when this whole thing started, I had a concern. I said, man, if there's this, that, and the third, there may not be a food supply. So I started building this chicken coop, right? And I had all these pieces of those are the half rounds that are cut from when we were doing milling. And I got all cedar. This is all made of cedar. And the garden with the wood chips, last year this garden was the first garden I ever planted in my entire life. Yo, it was so bountiful. Walking in here, no shoes on, sitting in the garden, you're picking tomatoes, cucumbers, jalapeno peppers, pumpkins, watermelons, all different herbs and spices. I mean, it was incredible. So I went and I built this whole thing. I had this like sort of dream or vision of what this thing looked like. Right now it's a little bit overgrown, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But this is the structure here. I had this barrel set up, so this barrel gets filled with water, and then it has a little hole in it, and it sits inside another tray. And then as that tray releases, the water releases from this. So I was doing, experiment with all these different things, and we had a bunch of chickens here, right? So I had the base of this. This is the always have options, right? The A, the H, and the O, the triangle, the square, and the circle, and the chickens in the coop. And I had some rabbits in here, but now we've let the rabbits run free. So this has basically been this blessing that I have. I pick up a couple eggs here, a couple eggs there, and this experience has shown me something so beautiful. There's no reason for anyone to ever experience hunger. And as we're seeing what's going on now with a lot of the farms and a lot of different things and prices of things is going to be, a little challenging. So what I'm getting to is that because of this building, I didn't get any permission to do it. It came to me and it was time to do it. I got up and I did it. And also a bunch of truckloads of chips and all this stuff. So, we got notice of the town and we settled everything. Everything was cool. But this place has been up for sale about almost 7 years. I mean, I was here. All right, so maybe I was here about 8. I don't know. But whatever. It's been for sale for a while. And no one's picked it up. No one's picked it up. They had it in contract, and the contract didn't go through. Whether it was because of something that I did or the energy that I have here, whatever it is, the landlord's a little bit disappointed. So I was given a 90-day termination of lease. So Ivana and the kids, they found a new place. They left, and now I'm here. We've divorced a few years, but we're amicable. She's awesome. And I love her, but we're just no longer together in that way. And us to be able to do something here, if this vibes with you, if this resonates with you, like please share this, because now before this goes on to market, a bunch of us could get together. And this is 58 acres. 58 acres. Next door is 131 acres. I mean, there's trails for days. You can walk in these woods and just the experiences that I've had here are beyond apple trees, pear trees. We've got this one berry tree. This is my potatoes, but now I know that okay, you shouldn't plant the potatoes underneath the berry tree, because when the berries fall, the chickens come and then they eat all that stuff. So I'm in the process. I grew up a city environment, so waking up in the morning, I had this experience on the island. You wake up, you get up, you go outside, you grab a couple eggs, you go to the tree, you have a couple berries. You're free. You're free. And collectively, us coming together to make this place something so awesome. Because for me to do this alone is impossible. So I was telling one of the neighbors about the Moga. And he's just like, yo, what about building the Moga right here? And I'm like, man, because in Mission2Moga, the Moga is like the world comes together, blah, 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 this and that. So when you read the book, I'll get to it. When I get to it, you guys will read the audio book. I would love to just put it out there for free, and that's probably what I'll end up doing, just so that people can see the vision. This vision that's shared with me, that I could share it with you, and that we can. And as far as resourcefulness goes, the amount of materials and tools and things that I've acquired over the years just by having the vision to find it, to get it, tons of lumber, tons of tools, tons of materials. People retired from their jobs. Here, Jonathan, you can have all these screws, all these nuts, all these bolts, everything you can have it, because I know you're going to do something with it. And this is what I wish to do here. So before the termination of this lease that I'm asked to leave here, I still have an option to pick this place up. But I'm not in a financial position to do so. There was a few years ago, I had I guess you could call it some sort of a moment, in the marriage. Things weren't going well. I didn't feel like I was being appreciated, and we could go through all that sob story stuff another time. But things weren't working out. Things weren't vibing, and I sat still, and I really questioned, like, what's going on. And and started to do some work. Now it's time to do some, we'll call it work, but healing, really, more than anything, because there was so much trash that I had in this mind and experiences, things that I hadn't settled, things that I hadn't found resolve within me. And my mom would say, like, I just wish that you were at peace. And I wasn't. I'd be sitting over here and I'd be like, man, I have this beautiful house, wife, kids, everything. I have everything, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I can't enjoy any of this. And I discovered what were some of the reasons as to this. But my vision now is that's being shared with me is to share with you that like-hearted individuals, people who really, really wish to be free, who wish to take care of themselves, sustain themselves, not rely upon anyone or anything but their own efforts. And that's what the whole concept of the Moga is. Going through the M, going through mastery. Built an obstacle course here in the woods, and it's like a jungle gym. It's not finished yet, but it's in the process of being developed. And for a while, when I knew the place was in contract and that someone was going to buy it, I put so much energy, and why would I continue? Why would I continue to keep putting energy in if potentially I gotta go? So I asked the question, is this place for me to stay and cultivate? And the answer is yes. The answer is yes. So, as far as training goes, I've always loved martial arts. I've always loved to fight as a kid, but now I'm not fighting because there's really nothing left to fight. But as far as training goes, we got these Wing Chun sort of dummies to practice. And then there's this obstacle course here that I started, and I had some help from some really awesome people to get this thing set up and built. So basically what we've got is, what is this? Some fly in my eye. We've got these 3 oak trees. There's this tree here. There's that one there. And there's that one there. And this is a perfect triangle formation. And this is one of the things in the book. Triangle formation, meditation, concentration. Oh, reach elevation. Oh, to bring this to a new placement. Huh? So the peace that I felt here, even if it is coming to a close, I'm extremely grateful, but it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to. We can come together and we can form some sort of, something like I'm not entirely certain yet, but it'll come. I don't know if it's a corp, or LLC, or whatever, a non-profit organization, but we could do something, because there's another connection I'm communicating with that would love to set up something for people who've gone to prison. There's a halfway house up the road. There's another place up the road that's it's like I guess it's a farm, but rehabilitation. People who have different, what are classified as mental, disorders or whatever. But I don't really see any of that stuff. That it doesn't matter really what I see. But what I'm seeing here right now is that what does matter is that we come together and turn this place into something incredible. And that's a beautiful, beautiful opportunity. It's an opportunity for you. It's an opportunity for your family. It's an opportunity for our world. It's an opportunity for me. It's an opportunity for me to stay here and continue doing what I love. Every morning, get up. The rooster's crowing. Go grab a few eggs. Let them out. Keep an eye on them. Make sure the foxes and the raccoons and the hawks don't get them. You got a cat. You got a couple cats. Cats taking care of, the mouse. And there's the whole natural ecosystem the way everything works. It's incredible. And having, been raised city life to being here now. It's like we're an hour north. Nah, it's about an hour away from the city. So it's not like, man, we're way out in the boonies, man. It's an hour and 58 acres plus, man. 131 next door. Like, yo, the possibilities are just endless. And as far as people coming together, the neighbors and this and that, you guys, like, I got this one neighbor. He's freaking awesome, and he just, for some reason or another, he's out there with the blower and walk through the whole entire woods, and he's making trails. And I have another neighbor, and she's familiar with vet tech and stuff like that. So animals, and I have some other friends, loved ones, brothers and sisters that also are in that. So, to have animals here, to have our own livestock, to be able to cultivate this land, to have the goats to eat. They eat all this up. And then have connections with tree service companies, wood chippers, whatever's decaying, whatever's on the ground. All this stuff that's on the ground, that's all food. I've taken truckloads of wood chips. So, and then watching different videos. All people are doing awesome stuff right now. All around. Okay, yeah, you want to watch the news, but yo, you can look at all the things. Man, 10-year-old physicists and scientists and crazy stuff happening. People discovering all these new things. Like, yo, imagine that we're all together and we're discovering different things and we're vibing off of one another, encouraging one another to improve our lives. For me, that's a beautiful thing, and that keeps people away from violence. That keeps people away from abuse and suicide and addiction and all this other crap. It's just like, yo, it's enough of that. It's enough of it already. So this, once again, this is the wood chips. So when the wood chips that are decomposing, what it does to the soil, I'm telling you, the smell of this. Like there's something about it. Like our body is made up of this. That's it. I feel like I'm tripping out, bro. But I'm sober. This is like ecstatic, but you could be anywhere. You could be anywhere and you could feel that. But if you're looking to experience something awesome, if you're looking to be a part of something that's gonna bring about beautiful energy for this world and our future generations, that's what the Moga is about. It's not about, let's not talk about what it's not about. It's about us improving, and that's it. And then as far as the graffiti, like, yo, without graffiti, like nothing for me anyway. Like everything that I've done since writing on trains, hanging off of buildings, and destroying people's vans and properties, not really destroying, but upsetting them. It got to some point where I come to the realization, like, man, I'm doing a big burner across someone's truck or or someone's business, yo, they come outside in the morning and they look at their wall. They're not happy. They're not happy. So imagine that when you look at everything as energy, like, yo, I'm like basically I'm shitting on your wall. And then you coming outside like, who the is this punk has the nerve to write on my place? Man, I could feel that. And that stopped me, man. And sure, a lot of us, we go out, we bomb, and there's particular reasons why we go and we do it. You know, there's particular reasons why we go and we do it. So as people come through, the artists and the farmers and the people wishing for something better, like I have this right here, you know, as a beautiful canvas. The interior of this could be used to house, you know, some livestock, you know, to have some horses, bro. Yo, taking care of horses. Yo, you know what it's like to take care of horses. You know what it's like to come at night and walk into the corral, climb up on the horse's back and lay back and look up at the stars. You know what that's like? Yo, that's gold. Fucking gold. Yo, I can't even tell you that sort of appreciation you find. You know what it's like to pick water up from the well and wash all your clothes by hand? You know what that's like? It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. You find such appreciation for little things. You take so much for granted. Had a corner store. You could walk to the corner store. You could get everything. What happens when you can't? What happens when that option is no longer available? What are you going to do? You're going to go and you're going to take it from someone? Or you're going to get your fucking big boy, big girl pants on and start planting shit? You know, people want to take. You can't take nothing. Guess what? Whatever you take from anyone, whoever you screw over, it's just you screwing you over. And when people come to this realization and they become aware of the energy and the way it works, they're going to stop behaving the way they stop. You know, they're going to stop. I got this little cottage right here. Bro. Sister. We're in the process. What's up? What's up, Maximilian? We're in the process, you know, of cleaning up. I got some space at the moment for some people. So, y'all reach out to me. Always have options at gmail.com. 845-630-7844. Call me. Let's talk. Y'all want to start popping this, popping that, about this and that, about what they doing, what are you doing? I'll tell you what I'm doing. And this is what I've been doing. There's no one to fight. You just build something better. That's it. Just build something better. Create something better. Come into the awareness and find your freedom. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for all of your support, your love and support. Yo, build the Moga. Yo, the Mission2Moga, the Mogul. Yo, the third book is in process. And this is all coming together. It's all coming together at the perfect time. And I'm also developing in the developmental stages. Oh man, but dragged through the mud, put through the meat grinder. Oh man, I love it, and I love you. And to have that forgiveness, to have that knowledge, we are all brothers and sisters of the same Father. And this mother right here, yeah. What are you composed of? Peace.